Warnings. The following podcast contains 3 boys and a woman. Who's now a wife. But it's Wonder Woman week, episode 30. We're gonna get naked and greased up and just wiggle around. Sounds good.
Yeah.
A martini, shaken not. Shocking. Positively shocking.
Welcome, Shakers, to episode 30 of Shaka Not Nod. I'm Ian, huge footlong Johnson, and with me, as always, Alex the Deuterino, Big Poos, Deutrom.
Hey, everybody. Hi. I got nothing. No, I got nothing. I was going to lead in with a joke, but I don't know the jokes.
I can't think. And with us, as now always, Mr. Thumbcom himself.
He hasn't fucking gone home!
He never leaves. Hello, everyone, and good night to say, that's how you time a soundboard, Ian.
Bravo!
It's
Do it
Tom's
again.
soundboard this week, motherfucker.
Yes. Tom's in charge of our days.
Do you really want to make an enemy with the guy who's running the show this week?
Tom's in charge.
I take everything back.
Yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker. And we have a very special guest for this very special Wonder Woman episode, Mrs. Monique Deutrom.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Where we're talking about women things.
Yes.
Because it's Women's Week.
Good job, Brian.
Yeah. Brian.
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 So let's kick things off as always. Tom, you're ready on the soundboard. 3, 2, 1, go. Nah, too slow. You missed it.
I challenge you to a dance-off.
Fuck
Man
Ian.
talk.
No trash talk, no
No
backwalk.
trash talk.
On the black top, just me, you, fuck
Man
Ian.
talk.
No catcalls, no tag teams, no mascots. Right now.
Man talk.
Man talk.
I've actually made it strangely sexual saying it like that.
Maybe for this week's episode, we should call it Woman Talk.
Woman talk?
It's Wonder Woman
I
week.
challenge you to a female talk about...
Wow.
Yeah, nah.
Goodbye, female listeners.
Both of them one.
That's I, Johnson 92.
I'm hosting this week, so that's Alex, go fuck yourself at Twitter. That's not an address. Alright, so let's kick things off with yourself, Alex Judy Arena. What man talks?
Well,
What talking to men have you been doing?
Talking to not much. Besides the big news that I got married.
Woo!
Is that the reaction you wanted?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I got a really shit haircut though from a shit cunt, so it was just, I made it look like I had hair. Very good, thank you. But
He needs all the help he can get.
wow, this is an audio podcast, and the looks of just
Disgusting.
You were looking schmick.
schmeck,
You did look very good.
Kimmy schmeck,
Oh, you're both looking schmick.
Kimmy Schmick.
Kimmy schmeck, the unbreakable Kimmy schmeck.
Stop ruining the word schmick. Schmick is a good word, damn it.
Other than that, I've been actually getting back into ye old comic book reading. Rather than buying video games and collectibles, I actually went back to comic books. And I've read DC Rebirth Action Comics 1. Pretty good read for getting back into the reading of comic books. It's all about Superman, because, you know, it's action comic books. And I read the first 6 or 7 issues of the recent 2016 Dr. Fate series.
And?
Eh.
What a review, everyone.
Well, yeah, I would give, if you're a Superman fan, definitely check out Action Comics. It's a good place to start. It's essentially the original... Shut up. It's the original. It's the original Superman. So the actual proper universe Superman comes into the new 52 universe, because the new 52 Superman dies, and this Superman replaces that. The original Superman replaces the new 52 Superman. It's really, really good. Dr. Fate, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Injustice, and I love Dr. Fate, like, as a character. And I'm expecting this awesome, mystical sort of...
You're expecting Doctor Strange.
No, Dr. Fate is better than Doctor Strange.
Really?
Yes.
You just said eh.
This book is eh. Other books I've read with Dr. Fate in it is awesome. And this is like a new...
Dr. Strange.
Dr. Strange Fate.
That's a strange crate.
Shut up! Other than that, that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, I'm buying board games.
Yeah, I noticed. You've got a nice collection.
I've got Smash Up thanks to MGT, and King of New York thanks to the Pretty Box.
Good then.
Thumbcom?
What have I been up to? I have been watching Grimm on Netflix, actually. I had never gotten into the show before and just started to watch it. I'm actually really enjoying it.
I didn't mind it.
not
I
this-
watched it when it was still on TV for a little bit.
Well, it's not necessarily a good show, but it's
No,
one of those
it
genres that I
intrigues.
enjoy.
It's
Yeah.
What's it about?
No, it's not. It's not good.
No, it's
But
not.
it's one of those guilty pleasure
Yeah.
TV shows that I just sit there and binge and just be like, oh yeah.
What's it about?
So the main character is a descendant of the Grimms, so like the Brothers Grimms with all
Okay.
the fairy tales and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
And then each episode sort of deals with, I think they're called Wesson. Wesson?
Yeah.
And they're like essentially
At least I think that's how you say it.
monsters who appear as humans, but they can like change into their monster sort of form.
And the Grimm can always see their form.
Yeah.
Like, whether they're in human form or Wesson form, the Grimm can always tell whether they're Wesson or not.
Sounds okay for a premise
Well,
of the story.
it's all right. Like, and he's a detective. The thing that makes it extra stupid is that he's a detective, and it seems episode to episode there's a new Wesson causing issue, and it's just
Yeah.
like, are there any normal people who
Yeah.
cause crime in this show?
Yeah.
Seems a bit like Smallville then, because it's like
It's
the
very,
meteor shower in Smallville made
it's-
like 20,000 fucking super people.
I don't.
very much one of those shows, and also
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Green Arrow sort of fell into that trap as well, where you sort of get that recycling of
Do you mean
The show Arrow.
Arrow?
Arrow, yeah.
Yeah, you nay. Flash got a lot of it, but Flash made actual character
I
characters.
don't
for
like
Yeah.
it in I don't-
Smallville just made up the man who can turn invisible, and it's like, okay, well, who's he supposed to be in the comics? Nobody. He just turns invisible. He goes into the girls' locker room. That's his crime.
Oh god.
Fucking weird.
I don't like it in TV shows when they keep falling back in that fucking classic TV trait of, oh, we need to have a cop. He needs to be a cop so that he can solve crimes. It's got nothing to do with the story, but why not?
But it does. He solves crimes, and he's a good Grimm. He's good.
He's
He
not a bad
doesn't. He
Grimm.
doesn't just kill people.
Yeah, but he didn't need to be a cop.
Is he grimming?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't like it.
that's
Well,
fine?
That's
You don't have to.
that's your opinion, Ian.
Yep.
We've come
I
to
don't
the.
like you being here.
We've come,
Just wait for the
It's not
review
hard
part of it.
enough when I have to deal with these two hating me. I got a room full of haters.
Nah,
player's gonna
man.
play.
It's all
Oh, what have you
love.
been doing this week? I don't want to put you on the spot, but you
Well,
better not fuck up.
Well, last week I actually got married
I haven't heard
to
about it.
the Deuterino.
She's Mrs. Dude.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm Mrs. Deuterino now. Other than that, pretty much nothing because I don't need to be doing anything because now the wedding's done. Woo!
Time
Free
to relax.
spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Time to relax.
That's the good thing. Like, yeah, even for me, I didn't even get married, and I'm just like, it's like a weight off my shoulders.
I know, right? Like,
Don't
I
have
feel
to
like
think.
everyone involved,
Yeah.
or not even involved, just everyone that was there is like just. I feel like
Yeah.
happier after.
It's like, oh,
It
thank
was
you.
a
My speech is done.
speech and dance done, and just sitting there and watching people get merrier and merrier,
Yeah.
and then just watching the Spike the Puns guys walk around with their little mics talking
Yeah.
to everyone.
I was very merry that night. Very, very merry.
That's good.
There was a
That's all we want.
really intense game of punching each other in the nuts going on at one point.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Thanks for that.
Who started that?
No
I think
idea.
it was Fuzzy.
Fuzzy started it. Fucking sparked my puns.
I gave him the Frank Underwood where I punch him in the nuts twice.
Ouch.
We have a saying down in Alabama. Nope, move on.
Yeah, so that just about wraps up our man talk. Let's jump into the news.
You didn't put it on this one. Oh no! Oh, what's happened, Ian?
Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy.
I would just like to say I feel like you deliberately stuffed me up because we all moved it onto one soundboard except that clip.
I asked you, I said, do you have everything you need, Thomas?
But I felt like you
You know
held
what?
that news
Next week
really
I'm gonna
well,
keep.
Ian.
I'm gonna do the soundboard next week. It's a rotating roster.
I wouldn't want to
Goes
give you
me,
any
you,
more
me,
duties.
me, you, me, you, son.
You're already doing so much. Do you want to turn a knob?
Yeah, I'll turn it
Go on,
off.
turn a knob. There we go.
See you, Ian. All right, welcome to the Tommy and Doody Show with special guest Mon.
You bet.
Yeah, already better than I did.
Can we also point out that you're sitting here in a room with a fucking nana towel blanket
cold,
around?
A turquoise and white striped blanket around his
For
shoulders.
those of you who are fashionally conscious, yes, it's
For the
turquoise.
visual, it has been posted on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fuck.
Turquoise is really my colour.
Brings out the blue in your eyes.
Yes. News. Tom, what do you... Do some news for me.
Put your drink down.
My drink down, okay. All right, so let's get into the movie news. So we will start off. Ian, you've
Yes.
actually seen many movies this week.
I have. It's too much money.
How about you start us off with a little Baywatch review?
Baywatch.
Is this the point where I turn his mic down?
Baywatch. The worst movie of the year. Already.
Already?
It's so bad. I kind of had a little bit of hope from the trailers because there's a lot of bad reviews out there at the moment. But by the trailers, I was like, oh, come on, it can't be that bad. Fucking horrible.
Even for a chick flick? Because it obviously would... I consider it a chick flick.
It's not a chick flick.
It's not a chick flick?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it's not a comedy, and it's not a drama.
So what's it categorized?
A mess.
as?
Shit.
Now,
It doesn't know what it is.
That's unfortunate.
It tries to be comedy, but also tries to have, like, dramatic story elements, and it doesn't. It's kind of like... Do you remember the...
Sorry, Ian, what is it again?
It's shit. There you go, John. Enjoy that soundboard. Do you remember that movie, Starsky and Hutch?
Yes.
With Owen Wilson.
The new one.
Yeah, of the TV show, yeah. The comedy version of it. Imagine that with no comedy.
Oh, poor Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just a
Vince
it's a
Vaughn
hot
just
mess.
rambling for 45 minutes. I want you to come over here, and I want you to do this right now, and I want you to just move around. Why can't we talk? We just need to talk back and forth. Come on, right now. That for 45 minutes would suck balls.
It did suck balls.
Well, I'm glad I haven't wasted my money on seeing it then.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. And the only redeeming joke in it is there's an ongoing joke where The Rock continually calls Zac Efron different names.
So
he
sort of
calls
like Dr.
him-
Cox and JD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, just rip that entire joke off.
Okay.
So, yeah, really creative. So,
Carry on.
you just-
My way
You
with
moved
son.
away from the mic and still we heard
Yeah,
that.
we heard.
That's fine. Baywatch.
Yeah,
that
he
would
just
go into your review. It's a bird.
Yeah, he just calls him like One Direction, and then at one point he even calls him High School Musical, and all the teenage girls and stuff like, oh my god, I remember that movie. Horrible fucking jokes in this movie.
Now, our mates at
The only people laughing were teenage girls, and that was because they had to giggle to get all the cum out of them. It was fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible. It was such a bad movie, and it annoyed me more and more every time they laughed at the terribleness just because Zac Efron was telling a joke. They're like, oh, it has to be funny. It's Zac Efron.
our mates.
It was a hot mess.
I just can't believe what you said.
It's such a bad movie.
Surprisingly enough, I get messages on our Twitter with comments of what Ian says, and people approve.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
John Wick goes from start of normal John Wick to John Wick kills the cuntathon. That was a highlighted.
See, that was good.
But I don't even remember what I'm saying, so I'm not going to remember this tomorrow. It's fantastic.
Now, our mates at the Countdown Pod, Paul gave this movie a 9
Out of
100.
That makes more sense.
no, that's
Would
pretty
you
much
agree
my
with
thing.
Paul?
Yeah, if I had to give it a serious review out of 10, I would give it a 4.
So 40
So just
out of
below
100.
average.
40 out of 100.
No, because
Paul,
average
he likes
is
this
really
film.
like a
A
7.
7. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So it's horrible in terms of actual.
Not like this.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, it's actually a horrible movie. It's not funny. It's not anything. Every acting performance in it is terrible.
I've heard
the only people that are half decent is The Rock and Zac Efron and the main girl in it.
I've heard the David
can't remember
Hasselhoff
it.
cameo is pretty good.
No, it's not.
Oh, isn't it?
It's not even good.
Oh, okay.
He comes in and it's supposed to be funny, and he doesn't say anything funny. It's just random as fuck. Yeah. And it's not even like... It tries to be sexy as well with people in bikinis and stuff, and it's not. It's just like, this is awkward. Like, it's not sexy. It's not funny to laugh at the old 80s trope of sexiness.
Okay, so
It's just crap.
we've got our Baywatch review. Let's
We've
move
got-
on.
yeah. All right. So speaking of apparent shit, The Mummy getting mixed reviews. But very odd reviews that I'm finding because there's a lot of outliers. There's ones that a lot of saying that's bad, and then there'll be one that's like, "This is great." So
It's not great.
It's not great.
It's not great. It's not bad either, though. It's one of those movies where I would give it a not a good movie. in the same way that I would give the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie not a good movie.
I enjoyed the latest part.
That's what I mean. It's not.
was enjoyable.
It's not a good movie, but it's an enjoyable.
Okay,
movie.
yeah.
And the fact that
Was Javier Bardem going, Tom Cruise?
That's pretty good. But the fact that the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie was just another Pirates of the Caribbean movie
Yeah.
means that this new The Mummy movie is so different to any other monster movie or The Mummy movie because it's kind of hard to explain. It's just very different. It's like an action movie with comedy elements, and it's kind of putting all these characters in together into this universe, which is actually really creatively done the way they've kind of worked in with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde being like this kind of cult underground science leader. So yeah, it's really creative, and for that I give it a lot more points than the movie actually probably deserves, just because it's really different to everything else.
Are you still excited for the Dark Universe after watching this?
I am. I'm actually probably more excited for it because I want to see what they're going to do with it.
Is that the next one?
So the Dark Universe is the name of the universe that Universal is building with all of the monster characters in it.
And
so
it had
the
its
Mummy,
own,
Dr. Jekyll. It's Godzilla and King Kong as well, isn't it?
No, that's separate.
Oh,
But this one's it has Javier Bardem in it as well.
It's got Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is the Invisible Man.
Oh, so they're going League of Extraordinary Gentlemen angle with it, are they?
No, they're just going like
very,
the classic
it's
monsters.
very different to that, but it is kind of like those characters, but it's very different to that. It's less corny.
Do you see Johnny Depp in the film?
No. The only other character you see is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because I get the feeling he's kind of the grounding for which they all come into, because he's like this cult leader.
He's the Nick Fury.
It's kind of an underground... Yeah, it's kind of... If you want to think about it in terms of Marvel, imagine S.H.I.E.L.D., but their job is to get rid of evil.
Okay.
They investigate ancient evils and things like that.
Have you heard about... I'm pretty sure there's either a court case or there's talk of a court case with the name The Dark Universe. Because
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, yeah, because DC
are looking at making the... That's actually a part of news I didn't actually put in the fucking news thing. Apparently the rumoured next production DC films after Justice League is Batgirl and the Justice League Dark.
Yeah, I don't really see how they can sue Universal for Dark Universe, quote unquote. Because I don't think...
they already had the plans down and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think they've... Yeah.
I don't feel like having Dark in the same title is valid.
Yeah,
to do
I think
that.
it says that they were both supposed to be
Which is
called
true.
Dark Universe.
Well, that's what I heard. It was actually going to be called the
okay.
Dark Universe as well.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
they hadn't done anything. I don't think they'd really done anything with it. But what was really interesting was, I had heard that this was going to be the start of a Dark Universe and everything, but I didn't expect that when I went to see The Mummy, when they had the Universal title screen, they also had a Dark Universe title screen.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
like how you have with Marvel and DC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
speaking of that,
Yeah.
how did we feel about the DC one?
I loved it. That was great.
Look at that segue.
Segue.
Your review's over.
You mean the start of Wonder Woman?
Yeah, so the start of Wonder Woman,
Yeah, I
the
really
actual
like
DC
that.
one.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, I feel like it was just copying Marvel.
See, I think complete opposite. Very reminiscent of Justice League Unlimited, the start of the cartoon series, how it shows all the characters and then it zooms out. There's a fuckload of them.
That makes sense, but for someone that didn't watch that, I still feel like it copied Marvel.
Poor childhood.
Well, it's hard to not make them similar as well, because they are both comic book characters. And
That's
a lot
true.
of the characters are very similar, so I can see how it would be really difficult to make them different.
Yeah.
Did you notice as well, look, the big thing that everyone is, or that I've seen that people are talking about in relation to this, is there was the first photo of Jason Momoa says Unite the Seven. People were saying it's the Seven Seas because he's Aquaman, but people also think it's the 7 members of the Justice League. And the 7 members they show is Superman, Batman, Cyborg, and it ends on the Green Lantern, and you see the sort of the silhouette of the Green Lantern, and people went nuts. But then when it zoomed out all the extra characters you see, do you see who's like standing in the background and stuff?
Greg.
Yes, Greg Miller, of previous IGN.
No, it's Phil.
Phil,
shake
welcome
hands.
back, Phil. No, you've got Nightwing standing right next to Green Lantern. You've got Mogo, who's essentially a Green Lantern who's a planet. You've got
think there was some
Atrocitus.
Hawk
You've got
people.
Heaps. Got Hawkeye. Hawkeye. Ah,
Nice.
The correct term, Hawk people.
Hawk people. Don't be sexist. Did you just
it's
assume
Hawk-
those Hawks' genders?
it's Hawk Girl. No, it's Hawk people. No, it's I've seen her bra. Love Hot Fuzz. But they've shown a lot of characters, but maybe they'll do this as well for the animated stuff as well because they have the DC logos in the animated films.
Oh, right. I was running this.
Yes, you were.
All right. We have news that Suicide Squad 2 to start filming in 2018.
That was from Joel Kinnaman.
Hooray.
Yeah. Well,
Rumours are it's supposed to be directed by Mel Gibson.
Hooray.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Mel Gibson actually has
Look,
done all right.
Suicide Squad has potential, which we touched on earlier tonight when we were
Yeah.
discussing. It has potential. So
After
fingers
watching
crossed.
Deep Blue Sea.
I've been hurt once.
And yep.
Next we have Hellboy will start filming this fall.
Yes, that's got
What
the guy
number is
from-
that?
They're
Sorry.
doing
it's
a reboot.
It's a reboot.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
they've gotten rid of
so-
Ron Perlman and they bring the guy in from Stranger Things.
There was a photo
Yes.
of them together.
There
as
was.
well.
They went to
passing the
they went
banner.
to dinner or something. Yeah.
Yes, which was
Which
cool.
I think was good.
And then the last thing I wanted to touch on here is at the intro of Wonder Woman, or the trailers coming in, did we all see the Dunkirk trailers?
Yes. Like all 8 of them.
Oh, yeah, there were so many of them.
Yeah, I
was getting so confused.
am just curious how everyone felt about that. Because I thought it was really interesting, because it would have been like a full-length trailer, except they just cut it in between every other trailer.
Yeah, little snippets here and there, 10 seconds or so.
Hence why I got confused.
I think it was a good idea actually because it kind of draws your attention.
Yeah.
Because the last one's an
It
actual
makes you
probably
trying
a
to
bit of a
focus
trailer.
on what's actually going on.
Yeah, and you're like, did I just see that? And then another one comes up and you're like,
I thought I just saw that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
really
I'm
it stands out.
Pretty sure
It does.
I actually sat there and counted them. So I think it was 5 all up.
Oh, yeah.
It was at the start of each other trailer. So there was 5 trailers. The only ones that I can remember seeing Dunkirk and the Spider-Man one, just because it's Spider-Man. So it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
I think it worked really well. I'm curious
Yeah.
how much they had to pay, like Village Roadshow
it's
to
smart.
actually get them to do that.
It's sort of like that. Smoke. Smoke.
It totally
smoking yet?
was. It was subliminal messaging, but
Yeah.
very liminal.
Not so sub.
Yeah.
But I feel like that movie would be great in IMAX. But
Still, my only concern with that is the rating.
what's it rated?
American PG.
Oh, really?
Ooh. That'll be
What-
M.
No,
That's
M,
weird.
That'll
yeah.
be MMA. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I remember seeing the trailers. I don't actually remember what it's about, though. So I don't know how much it actually
It's a
stayed
war
in my
movie.
brain. Okay.
What
Just
movie?
a war movie.
Christopher Nolan.
Next news.
Ah, yes, I'm next. Okay. I'm going to run through this quick. Quick 6. Quick. Hot. Quick. Yes. Someone has made a mod for the PC. PC, they're not a master race. Witcher 3 first-person mod.
Yeah.
Have thou seen this?
Yes,
No.
You have.
I have.
Yes. It's essentially The Witcher 3 is a third-person game. Someone's turned it into a first-person game with keeping all the high-detail graphics, and it looks fucking pretty.
It looks pretty.
Look very pretty.
I still feel like I'd rather play it in third person just because.
I like admiring my
it does
girl.
cool
Feel
sword
to
moves and
me
things.
like it's a very friendly first
Nah,
person
it's not.
game.
It's not like a Skyrim where you can go back and forth.
But it's like to me, it's the type of game that you need to be able to see your surroundings, like
Yeah.
sort of like an MMO sort of game where
Yeah,
you
'cause
need
you
to be
need
able
to
to see
dodge.
what's happening around you. Like,
Yeah, he does a lot
I
of-
don't think first person would work very well,
Yeah, he's barrel roll kind of guy.
Yeah, you
unless
gotta-
it's just for like the people who
play
love
Witcher?
watching.
Plus,
Yeah.
when you get that haircut, you want to see that haircut.
Anyway,
Exactly, luscious.
Yeah.
ARMS for Nintendo Switch was being released, and it's getting some general decentish reviews, generally around 7 or 8. I think.
Better
Sorry,
than I
I'm
expected.
just imagining like Nintendo Switch with giant muscly arms. Buy your arms for your Nintendo Switch today.
Yeah, it's generally getting about 7 or 8. I don't think I'll get it though.
Yeah, it's not really up my alley, and yeah, I kind of expected to get worse reviews though, to be honest.
Fair enough. Speaking of games that are getting worse reviews, see, quick segue right there. Quick 6. Friday the 13th, the video game came out. I was really looking forward to it.
I know you
It's
were.
getting 6s and 4s.
Good work, Judy. Multiplicity.
Really know how to pick them.
Yeah.
It looked like fun, but then it also looks like a game you need to play with solely just friends all in a party chat. And this shit cunt doesn't play Xbox, so there's no point getting
Why
it.
do you not play Xbox? You cunt.
Let the
Hey, boy!
let the
Hey,
record
boy!
show that Alex Judy Deutrom pointed to Ian Johnson.
This is not the OJ trial. Speaking of OJ, Assassin's Creed.
I'm appreciating these segues.
Not bad, eh? So it is. There's been there was a T-shirt that leaked the character's name. Do not remember the character's name. Don't really care for Assassin's Creed anymore.
Gregor Phil.
That's fine. For an Egyptian name, that's fine. But essentially, that looks like they're doing a bit of a reboot. Because can you remember anything about the Assassin's Creed games? Neither can I. So they're setting it in Egypt.
Egypt.
And it's going to be a bit of a frame. Apparently, it's going to have the naval combat back as well from the Black Flag Pirates 4.
I love the control you took to make sure you said the correct name for it, because nobody
I know what you call it.
Everybody calls it that. It's not just me.
I think it's just you. Speaking of inappropriate words, Pokemon. Sorry, that doesn't really work. Pokemon Tournament.
That's the OJ one, dude.
Yeah,
Assassins, OJ, killing, sort of works.
Right.
Moving right along.
Boom.
Sorry, Cuba Gooding Jr. Pokemon Tournament DX announced for the Switch. It's essentially just a remake of the shitty Tekken sort of version that came out Nintendo Wii. It is not the good version from the Nintendo 64 that everyone wanted.
That's a totally different game.
They're still Stadium.
Stadium.
Same fucking Pokemon.
It's
Alright.
a totally different game.
Speaking of a totally different game, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for the 3DS is being released.
Jesus.
I am on a roll.
I'm loving everything about this newsread.
It's great.
Tight turns on that segue.
Speaking of tight turns, Dirt 4! Dirt 4 has been released. It is actually getting 9s and 10s. It is doing... You're looking at my screen.
Was that next in order, or did you pick it
next
out?
in order. It's actually doing really, really well. I don't know if I'll touch it,
Geez,
though.
you're good at driving that box.
Speaking of box, the Xbox Scorpio.
I gave you that one.
You gave me that one. This is your note. I'm going to read it verbatim. 10/13/17, which looks like a date. October 13th, 2017. That's a Friday. It's also Friday the 13th. Like the video game Friday the 13th, that didn't do quite well.
A back way. It's
Oh.
like a segue, but backwards. Hot pockets.
All right. Also, Ubisoft teased to keep your eyes peeled, just like the Queens of the Stone Age song, for a special Crash Bandicoot announcement. Crash Bandicoot announcement. What could it be?
Thanks, Steve Carell, for that weather.
Nobody cares. But the big thing I want to talk about is we have E3 coming up very, very soon. It's essentially Comic-Con-ish for the video games, such as trailers, reveals. What do we think? What's the big thing we want to see that hasn't really been announced? Mr. Johnson.
My big thing is the Scorpio. I want to see beautiful Scorpio. I want to see cheaper than I expected Scorpio, and I want to see customizable, upgradable Scorpio. Essentially, a lot of people are predicting that it's going to be a PC for your living room.
Now, if you buy Scorpio, will you actually play it?
I might. I might just want to play Witcher really pretty and then not play it again.
Fair enough. Mr. Commons, is there one thing from E3 you'd like to see? He's Googling.
I'm not Googling nothing. No. Well, I actually don't know. The only thing I have seen is you just reminded me from the Scorpio. I've been seeing some images of the dev kits and the talk about how powerful the dev kits are. That's what I was actually trying to look up now. The actual specs for them. They are ridiculous. And they actually...
teraflops.
They have screens on the front of them which actually show like real-time renders and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
on the
actually
actual
incredible.
box.
And they've been specially made so that they can stack them for the developers, and it's really fascinating. They're extremely powerful. I think they were saying they were like 4 times as powerful or something as the PlayStation.
Well, 12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, which is actually ridiculous.
Some would say unnecessary, but not me.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so essentially, yes, the Scorpio is actually something I am very excited for. Other than that, I've been a little bit off the gaming scene for a little bit.
Let me give you another one, Tom. Mario Odyssey. I'm predicting that will be on there.
You could have given it to me under the table, so I at least had something to know. Yeah. So, Mario Odyssey.
Good one, Tom.
At least you spat on it first. I'm really... I doubt it's going to be teased, released, revealed, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but... Ryan McCaffrey from IGN brought this up. It's been about 4 years since the last Splinter Cell game, and Splinter Cell was initially an Xbox exclusive. Xbox doesn't have that many exclusives going for it at the moment. Imagine a high-end Splinter Cell game on a Scorpio.
Would be good.
That would be good.
Splinter Cell was a brilliant game.
Speaking of things we want, if we don't get bloody Marketplace on the Nintendo Switch, or at least news
Retro
about
Marketplace,
it, I'm going to be fucking flipping
Well, you
dog
sound like
shit.
you're going to
You're going to be flipping burgers because you're
just
going to...
imagine you there by yourself with this little sign, just like,
I want
the marketplace.
I want the Marketplace. Well, it's fucking stupid, alright? Promised all these things and I want
didn't
them.
they take forever to get it on the Wii U as well?
We also got Battlefront 2 coming in. I'm very excited for that.
Yes, that'll be good. Apparently that runs, and there was a quote, but I don't remember the quote, so I'm not going to say it verbatim to say... verbatim, just because Deutrom loves the word verbatim.
Thank you, Bradley J.
Verbatim is a good word.
It is a nice word.
And to be perfectly candid.
Apparently Battlefront 2 runs better on the Xbox Scorpio than it does on almost every PC.
Woo! That's a big claim.
Almost every, like obviously not the big high-end ones, but
But if you're talking like a
they're talking the
dev kit one or the actual Scorpio?
I don't know. Apparently the actual Scorpio, but who knows?
Speaking of which, it's time for Ian Johnson to do some work.
Yes.
For a segue. TV news.
Would you like some TV news? All right.
Yes.
This week in TV and news, we've got Always Sunny season 13 in late 2018.
Is that how many fucking seasons? This has been going for 13
That's a
years
lot.
or something.
Yeah, well, it's been going on quite a while.
Still pretty popular.
Yeah,
Still
it's-
extremely
I think
popular.
I've seen like 3 episodes.
It's almost more popular now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Good old Danny DeVito, he can do no wrong.
And the last piece of TV news, unless you got one more to add,
Yes, but
DuckTales
that's
images. I haven't seen them. DuckTales. Whoa. What's been happening? Where's my pictures?
That note's
DuckTales.
from Tom.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Because his initials next to it.
Yeah, I actually don't. you ratted me out. I was just going to be like, oh. No, yeah, so we've got the first images of what DuckTales is going to look like. It seems very reminiscent.
They're
of
ducks selling
the original
tails.
Ones. Exactly, ducks selling tails. Yeah, so I am actually quite excited for this, quite weirdly. I don't know why. I think I'm getting very nostalgic
Yeah, it's a bit like
from
that.
the old ones. So
Big old nostalgia burner.
yeah, so the images,
ducks.
I think there's 9 images out of different characters.
Don't be Daffy.
Daffy.
9 images. I haven't seen any of these. Does it look good?
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks sort of
Are they swimming in gold?
old school animation style. Huh?
Are they swimming in gold coins or something in
Man,
the intro?
Scrooge McDuck just diving into the gold.
I can't fucking remember.
You don't remember that?
I remember
Oh,
Daffy Duck
It was
became...
actually a
oh, no,
really
wait.
good show.
Donald's Disney, isn't he?
It was a...
Ooh.
DuckTales is Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's why I questioned you when you said Daffy.
Yeah, because he was being a...
Yeah, Donald
dick, and I
Duck
said,
is
don't be
just-
Daffy.
Ah.
As a joke.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, remember that Daffy Duck.
And anyway, that just about wraps up the news.
We got House of Cards.
Who?
Season 5.
Yeah, and Orange is the New Black.
Comes out today. Comes out
Comes out.
today.
English, motherfucker!
Do you speak it? No, I don't.
I married her for
What
a
else? That's it. Nothing. There's nothing on TV.
House of Cards is
Let's
really
get the fuck out of here. Very quickly, Tom. Get me out of here.
What's
right
the
now.
theme of this week? This weekly theme? This week's weekly theme?
Wonder Woman! Tom, how long does this go for? Tom, there's too much drum.
That's when you just need the...
Is she with you?
Oh, God.
I was just
Oh,
expecting...
yeah, stop banging those drums.
There's somewhere on Ian's surface, there's a mix I made where it's Adam Sandler from Hot Chick banging the drums.
So good.
really good. With
Wonder Woman has been out and it has been getting phenomenal reviews.
One might say wonderful reviews.
Phenomenal. It's a certified fresh, apparently, in the tomato store.
97.
So Wonder Woman has been getting wonderful reviews.
Ooh, morning in the game. That's a good one. Yes, it has been getting wunderbar reviews. It's been getting fantastical reviews. It is apparently an amazing movie, and we've all seen it.
I like that accent. Very good.
Wunderbar?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, Christopher
I
Waltz.
just love the use of the word apparently by Ian. It's a taste of things to come.
It's a good thing
It's
that...
a good
It's a good thing
It's a
that I...
good
It's a
film.
good thing that I control his mic levels. Ian, what did you think? Nothing? Good. Moving along.
Let's get things started by eeny, meeny, miny, manny. Let's go, Duty. Will you tell us the story of this film? If you mess up the story, I'm going to judge you forever.
Of course, Mrs. Duty, go for it.
No,
No, no, no! No,
Tell me the story right now.
It's about a woman. A wonderful woman.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to go there. It's essentially the origin story of the character of Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman. Essentially, it is the start of the movie is after the events of Batman Superman. And it's essentially the telling of the story of the photograph that is showed in Batman Superman of, some might call it pretty much the exact same thing as Captain America and his Howling Commandos, but it's Wonder Woman and her sort of, I wouldn't say gang of misfits, but
There
yeah.
are a lot of parallels.
There's a lot of parallels, but it's essentially how Wonder Woman came into the world of man, if you will, because she was on Themyscira. She grew up in Themyscira with Robin Wright. House of Cards, season 5, get on it. And, see, segue. Perfect.
Anyway, I
Perfect
think
segue.
you're fucking getting paid by HBO.
HBO, Netflix.
Is it an HBO production?
Next
No?
Netflix, no. And it's essentially, Chris Pine. It's during World War One. She's doing some training. She goes out to look over the water and sees a plane crash. And it's Chris Pine. And saves his life, gets caught into World War One, and shenanigans ensue. That's
I like it.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Tom's
well
got,
done,
Tom's
dude.
got his finger hovering over a fucking button.
I don't know which one.
Go on, Tom.
Do it.
Good bits.
Good bits?
Good bits.
Let's go
Do
into the
it.
good then, dude.
Little bits.
Tom.
Wow.
I am Diana, Princess
loud
of the Amazons. I won't be denied. Ah!
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Thanks for that.
What? It was good.
good record.
good.
Oh, fuck you.
So,
Wow, there's no
let's
need
go
for
to
that.
good.
Like, this is a family podcast.
Wow, Tom. Tom,
A pod
get
and
us
family
started.
podcast.
What did you like about the Wonder Woman film?
I liked lots about
Spoiler
this
free.
one. Spoiler free.
No spoilers.
Spoiler free.
I liked the setting. I liked being able to see. I haven't seen World War One in one of these, which was good. A bit different from Captain America, so which
Yeah.
was World War Two. It was good to see that. It was.
Yeah, instead of Germans, it was Germans.
Gal Gadot did.
Get it together.
Right?
I was quite impressed with her in this because I didn't actually like her in Batman vs Superman. I thought her acting wasn't too great in that.
Blasphemy!
She did a lot better in this and held the story a lot better than I was expecting.
Agreed.
There was lots of elements to this, a lot of small elements that I did like in this as well, that I wish they had expanded on more. Like, they touch on serious stuff, sort of like PTSD, cultural things, sexism things. It touches on a lot of topics and has a lot of realism in it.
Yep.
So it's a superhero film and it has all these real life aspects that make it feel a lot more
Yeah.
like a very human film, which is really good. Plus the action scenes are badass. Badass.
Do you think there was the amount of slow motion scenes in this? Do you think they were used well?
That's what happens when it's produced by the same person who did 300.
Yeah.
There was a bit.
Some of us like Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
Don't you,
and-
Alex?
Do you actually?
Yeah, I quite like him.
Fucking
Batman Superman was great.
He's a moments man.
filthy.
He's good at moments.
Some people are like me, and the rest of you in this room are wrong. Except for my wife, who can never be wrong, apparently. Moving along.
But yeah. Other than that, I also really liked Themyscira.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the color palette in that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, in
white
contrast to
clothes.
the standard world
Yeah.
quotations.
But even then, I feel like I've actually listened to other people's reviews of this, and they've said that it is still dark once they leave there, and sort of that whole DC thing. But I even feel that this did look lighter. Than the other
Yeah, I
ones.
felt it did look a lot lighter.
And I
Apart from
realized,
Yeah,
like maybe No
but
Man's
in-
Land.
yeah.
That was very grey, but that had to be.
but I feel like on our last two reviews, I've talked about color palettes and how I've really been enjoying the film's color palettes now. I think it's just people have just reduced the blue filter. Like, legitimately, they've just taken a filter off the camera and all of a sudden, ooh, it's so colourful.
You can take it off?
Oh my god.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Duty, the good.
I thoroughly enjoyed the actual story of this, the lead up to it, without going into any spoilers, the ending. I quite enjoyed the film. Costume design, perfect. They didn't, because I'm a big man for attention to detail, I didn't notice any differences between essentially Wonder Woman's costume from this compared to the Batman Superman outfit. The only difference
It's a
is,
different shield, doesn't she?
I believe it's the same. I could be wrong there, but I know she does have a different sword. But the outfit is basically the same. Like, I noticed the differences between Man of Steel and Batman, Superman, and Superman's costumes. The acting choices were quite well. I actually thoroughly enjoyed all the acting choices for this film. And Themyscira, beautiful.
I will say
beautiful.
my favourite outfit in this was Chris Pine's outfit when he was, what was it? He was in a bath completely naked. That was my favourite outfit. Do you remember that? Remember that moment? Yeah, that was
Of
good.
course, that was your favourite costume.
Chris Pine.
Gotta love some
Going
Chris
on
Pine.
going on to your point in relation to Themyscira is beautiful and brightly coloured, and then as soon as they leave Themyscira, that it's all grey. I've been listening to reviews as well, and it's like she's gone from her world, which is untouched by the man's world, and as soon as she leaves it, she realises, like, you see the difference, how fucked everything sort of is.
And also, like, when they're coming through, they're entering London during, like, a very industrious age.
Yes.
It would have been like that. It
Yeah, it
would
would
have
have been
been
very grey.
grey, gross, and smoke and plumes and...
Ow. Now, Monique,
Yes.
I'm told that you're apparently a woman.
Oh, yes.
I picked the right one this time.
What was it about this?
Yeah, well...
To start with,
yeah,
Mon.
Yep.
Do you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah. So, tell me, what is, like, apparently we're... Well, not apparently, I've got to stop saying apparently.
You can say apparently.
I'm hearing a lot of things
You're sounding a lot
that...
like Jeff Goldblum.
Get on with your questions.
Yeah, a lot of women
Yep.
in particular have been talking about how they've walked out of this movie and felt like superheroes.
Well, yeah, there's scenes where I find it's as though women can take on the world. That's pretty much what I take away from it. Because Chris Pine and the cronies don't, like, yes, they help, but she's got all her defenses behind her
Yeah.
that she's wielding herself. She's the one that gets out of the trenches.
Yeah.
And
Without going into spoilers.
She literally jumps through a fucking church.
yeah, well, yeah, but like
Spoilers.
and but she's the one that leads them. She's the leader of the pack. It shows that.
Probably both metaphorical and literal.
Well, yeah, like women can lead. Women have the power to lead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very empowering, especially with some of the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember which podcast it was off the top of my head, but they were talking. There was a woman who had seen it, and she was saying how she felt that she understands how guys feel watching comic book movies now.
All the male superhero movies.
She walked out.
It's probably the same thing for you guys for all the normal ones, and then there's just Wonder Woman for us at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got Scarlett Johansson.
She's not the leader of the pack.
No.
No.
My hand is up.
That's a different. That's different. It's a whole different thing.
That's not power. That's a vacuum sealed suit.
Do you think that after this movie we will have finally Marvel be like, oh shit, maybe we should make a film?
Marvel
I hope
is
so.
already working on it.
I hope so.
I think they dropped the 8 ball by not getting to it first.
Yeah.
And there were always rumours that was going to happen, that Scarlett Johansson was going to have her own.
But I'd like to think that DC were always going to get there eventually, whether it be sooner as it has been or later with Wonder Woman. Like, I feel like it definitely needed to happen at some point, and
when you think about it, now. What is your? I am aware of this. You made me aware of this, Mr. Commons. What is your friend's name? Who's an avid Marvel follower?
Oh, Tristan.
Tristan. My apologies, Tristan, but I'm going to lay down the law here. DC have the biggest female superhero, which is Wonder Woman, compared to the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
By the way, I'm going to invite him on one week.
No, that's fine. Like, I love Marvel. I've got a fucking Wolverine first appearance comic, I think. But DC have the biggest female superhero of Wonder Woman. And, of course,
I feel like that's hard to dispute, yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, it doesn't matter whether... If Marvel did a female-led superhero film first, Wonder Woman would have been, a very, very big deal, because it's Wonder Woman.
I feel like it would have, regardless, because Marvel doesn't have such a high-level character as Wonder Woman. Regardless, DC would have knocked it out of the park.
I'm trying to think about who would be the strongest female Marvel character.
Well, Marvel are currently working on a Captain Marvel film with the lead actress from the Kong film. Her name escapes me. Brie Larson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're currently working on one of those.
Rumours of an X-23 movie.
Yes, I believe starring the same actress, if I'm not mistaken.
She was the girl?
Yeah.
But again, still, none of these
You got
compare.
Spider-Woman?
No, I don't think they have the same...
They don't have the same caliber
lineage,
character.
Sort of
when you look
look
at sort of the big, like if you're picturing every Marvel superhero in your head, you're thinking of Iron Man and all that sort of stuff. But when you think of DC, the Trinity in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it still doesn't really make sense to me why Marvel haven't made any stronger female characters.
Yeah.
I give it credit to them in some cases. They have made an effort in the more recent films to bring more female
And Gamora's
characters
awesome.
in. Gamora.
Oh, I love her.
Particularly in Guardians
I
of
love
the
Zoe
Galaxy,
Saldana.
Yeah, she's actually fantastic.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Quite curious what the role of the Wasp will play in Ant-Man 2.
Yes.
Was that the yellow thing?
No, that's Yellow Jacket. Wasp is what's the actress's name? And I fucking love the Ant-Man film, and I can't remember her name.
Oh, was it Lost Chick?
Yeah, but we've also got the lead villain of the latest Thor movie is going to be a female as well.
Okay.
I don't
Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah, she was in Lost.
Yeah, the new villain of the Thor movie looks Sick.
Kate Blanchett.
I'm actually so excited for the fourth
really?
movie.
Anyway, Mr. Johnson, hasn't been your turn yet, mate.
No, it hasn't.
Oh yeah, what did you think of Wonder Woman?
My positives. This movie, like Tom touched on before, it has very grounded human elements to the story. It touches a lot on PTSD, like Tom touched on before. There's a particular character in the story who gives us a good insight into that. And I liked that they didn't make him just magically overcome his PTSD. I really...
Fuck off.
Turn your sound off.
Yeah.
God damn it, duty.
I really appreciate the fact that the way they handle the PTSD in the movie, that when they handed him a gun, he didn't just forget that he had PTSD and shoot someone. I think they handled that quite well.
And he's quite an interesting character.
also-
The first time you see him, he's in a bar fight and he's losing it. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Pretty cool character, actually. Other than that as well, I really liked the interactions between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine.
Yep.
Particularly when they're first on the ship headed over to London.
Yep.
And they have some pretty good conversations about sex.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And they weren't just kind of washed over like Captain America kind of was when he came back to real life. He just had no idea what anything was, and everything was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't know what this is, you don't know what that is. And Thor as well, to an extent as well, where he just smashes his glasses after finishing a drink. I'm really glad that they didn't do that too much with Wonder Woman, because we've seen it too much already in Marvel movies, and at least they realise that the same people who are seeing the Marvel movies are going to be seeing this movie.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to see those jokes again.
Yeah.
And it was also, I think, appreciative that they didn't just have her be kind of a ditzy girl.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Just
She was.
went,
She had her own.
I don't know what sex is.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that they made her kind of intelligent.
And
They didn't have to
Yeah.
dumb her down
No.
to try and be funny.
They did have some pretty cute, funny scenes. How, like, it's the first time she's trying ice cream and she just goes to the ice cream maker.
Yeah.
You should be so proud of this. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, it's a woman who clearly knows, you know, the majority of things, but then when she's seeing a baby for the first time, it's funny. And then when she's eating ice cream for
It's
the first
cute.
time, it's like
it's endearing.
There's some things that are showing her innocence, if you will.
Yeah.
But then there's things that we're going, well, she's also not an idiot.
Yeah.
So it's
that somebody was telling me that there was a particular scene, you know, when she tries to go through the I've forgotten the name. The turnstile.
Yeah.
She tries to go through there with the weapons. That somebody said that was typical, that they try to make the woman look stupid again.
No,
That
but
every
it's
time they have
something
an
she hasn't
intelligent
come
woman-
across before.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not-
And that's what I wanted to kind of touch on as well. I don't agree with the person that said that. They said,
Yeah.
every time they have a woman in a movie, when she's strong, they always have to counter it by having them do dumb things.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't agree with that,
And that
especially
they-
in this movie.
I've seen
Yeah,
a
exactly.
60-year-old man get caught in one of those fucking doors.
Yeah, but the way they explained it was that every time they have an intelligent woman, they counter it by having them do stupid things, or that they're very flawed characters.
Yeah, no, I'm shaking my head at that.
Which doesn't make any sense to me either, because every character is flawed, otherwise they wouldn't be in a movie, because they wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah.
Mr. Commons, are you ready with your soundboard on the negatives?
Well, now I'm nervous about it. You didn't like my last sound effect.
Go on.
Could level the entire island.
Having power and knowing how to use it aren't the same thing. You of all people should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well done.
much better, Tom. I like it.
There's nothing wrong with the old one.
Tom, negativitos.
Negativitos. Alright, first up, and my biggest gripe with this is I think it would have been a lot better movie if it was higher rated. I think they touched on
As
a lot
in
of...
more adult?
More adult. Yes, definitely.
So I'm probably looking at MA15 plus.
MA15 plus Australian, or American, or whatever it is in America.
Yeah, but that was never going to happen.
It was never going to happen, but what they touched on and the time and where it was, World War One, they've got bombs going off, they've got
It could have been
firing.
done.
It could have been done,
yeah.
and I think it would have been better. I think when you touched on the PTSD, it would have
Yeah.
been stronger. It would have caused more emotion. It would have, like, I actually think there was a lot of emotion in this film.
Yeah.
Like, I actually got choked up in some point.
I will agree with that. Yep.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I did.
But I just think
Me and Ian are looking at each other like, what?
What scenes are you guys getting choked
you
up?
heartless bastards.
These cunts can get married,
There
it's
is
fine.
nothing in
Not
this
Judy.
movie.
We're getting married.
I liked it all. I
The
just
Tommy and
yeah.
Duty show.
No,
Okay, what
I
what
wanna
scenes
know-
did you get?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when we get to spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Other than
Alright,
that,
so you're getting towards the end of the movie you're talking about?
There's
Obviously.
parts
Doesn't keep
throughout. There's
Okay.
there's two scenes.
We'll get to
there's
that
two
when we
scenes
get
that I
to it.
can
That's
say.
fine.
Other than that, the side characters I don't think had enough character development.
Okay.
And because you brought them in, you made it a bit of an ensemble piece.
Yeah, that's fair.
They didn't really go anywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
They stayed the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand
the
that.
guy who had PTSD and I don't think that's a spoiler, and couldn't really.
Yeah.
Is that a
Just-
spoiler?
Just the
No.
Yeah.
But he couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
He still couldn't shoot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
He
there
didn't-
was no
There's no progression.
there was no
change.
progression there at all.
Yeah. The other
and-
character just disappeared into the background. Like, at least the PTSD guy, we all are talking about him and know
Yeah.
him, even if we know him as the PTSD guy.
And also,
What's the other
I
guy?
do love that actor as well in Train Spotting and T2.
Yes,
He's
and-
actually awesome.
And Welcome to the Jungle.
He's in a lot of movies.
And then, other than that, I also would have liked if Chris Pine had taken more of a backseat in it.
Okay.
Because I loved it, and I do think that it was led by the Wonder Woman character, but I think there was too much of Chris Pine's character.
No, I agree with
think
that. He could have taken a little, even not a full step back, just even a half step back,
Yeah,
and it would have been a lot.
Because if anything,
Yeah.
it felt like a bit of an ensemble movie with two characters, and there's the main characters in the ensemble.
Although, to counter that, what about Thor?
Oh, with Natalie Portman.
He
and
wasn't
Yeah.
in this film.
Oh, wow.
God, dude.